So here at Partizan, our motto is this: records are made to be broken. And we've broken so many records over the past few years. In our time at Partizan, we have broken so many of them. For example, we have broken the record for most points in the season. We have broken the record for most wins in the season, which is every single game. We've beaten the record of least draws, less losses, and most importantly, most league goals scored in the league. And hopefully we can do that a bit more this year because we have a brand new tactic. Well, brand new, the same tactic from last episode, which is completely destroying everything. And even better, Saldania is only 30 goals away from being the highest scoring Partizan player of all time. But that is not the only record we've broken. We have also broken the record of the highest transfer fee received for a single player. And that player is David Palacios, which, to be fair, looking at his value right now is potentially a slight underpayment from Borussia Dortmund. However, 44.5 million for a guy who hasn't really played that much for us over the years, and we've only signed him for 1.3 million, plus some clauses involved, is not that bad. Potentially, if he fulfills everything, it'll be 50 million. And also there's like a sell-on clause there somewhere. Yes, he's counted as an elite center back, but he's never really played for us as an elite center back. So I don't know what and why the game rates him like this. However, 50 million is actually not that bad. And the second record is that if we win just one game today, just one, we will set the record for us on this channel for the most points in the Champions League. We're currently second. We're taking on Bruges and we're taking on AC Milan today. So there's a chance to beat it by a lot of points. I'm excited. This is going to be a smashingly huge episode, and I'll see you guys after the intro. Hi guys, MrSpaceman reporting for U18. Welcome back to another amazing episode where we're setting records. We don't care. We are going to bigger and better things. We have reached bigger and better things before, and now we're gonna keep going further. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, we're taking on Club Bruges today. It's absolutely exciting because they are an easier team, right? They're an easier team. They're managed by Zarko Lazetic. I feel like I know him. This guy used to manage a Teleoptic. Yeah, I remember this guy. He managed at TSC for a while. He went to Club Bruges, and now we're facing him. Another 4-4-2 connoisseur, although this guy is adventurous and he's 4-4-2. Okay, if you say so. But we're taking on Club Bruges and we're taking on AC Milan. And like I said, we have made lots and lots of money. We have sold 2 players actually. So the profit is now gone up to 288. We can sign more players if we want to. The question is, do we want to? Well, first of all, like I mentioned, David Palacios has gone for like 50 freaking million, which is absolutely insane considering that he came from Independiente. Oh my God, I don't know how to speak. For 1.3 million, we've made all that back on loans, and then we sold him to Borussia Dortmund. He's already had a good game, 7.4 average rating. Not that bad for this young man. He is good. I think the game rates him as a star player. He could have a lot of more potential ability, but I don't know. I don't know. He didn't really play well for me in a lot of the games. He kind of let me down very, very frequently. And I guess when you have players like Lukeba, when you have players like Beas, and you have players like Zabarny, I guess if you compare him to Zabarny, maybe we'll see if there's a huge difference. Maybe I've gone insane. Yeah, you can see that Zabarny is good. Yeah, sure, Palacios had lots of space and time to improve. But at the same time, I need to sell players. You know, I've signed players for 100 millions now. I have to sell players like this. And this is a very healthy profit. So at least we're not like Chelsea. We don't have to sell our youth players. Just something that we do. We pick up players. We make lots of money on them. Talking about selling academy players, I have sold Mihailo Ilic. Again, for the second time in this save. No, this is not deja vu. He's gone to a different team. He's going to be playing in Qatar now. And once again, I have made a profit on him, which is absolutely amazing because we've sold him to Al Arabi for 13.25 million. So it's quite a nice 4 million profit, which is absolutely amazing. If not, 5 million profit. Wow, we're cooking. That is quite nice. I feel really bad for this guy. He's come in, hasn't really played as much as I thought he would, has complained that he's not playing as much as I thought he would, and then I've sold him to Qatar. To be fair, nice little contract increase. 52,000 per week is a bit more than we were paying him, and I think he can kind of come in, secure the bag, earn a little bit of money there, and then most likely we'll sign him again at some point when I need a player. Apparently my scouts rate him as a D. I mean, sure. I mean, I guess I looked at it. His release clause is 18 million. So yeah, maybe I don't want to spend that, but his value is a bit lower. So obviously Qatar teams be overpaying. Absolutely normal stuff here. But yeah, he's gone again. So with this sale, I can sign players for 200 billion and absolutely not break the bank. And the worst part is we have made all this money, but unfortunately we only have 21 million to spare. And looking at our squad, technically there's no need to improve anyone yet. Potentially, I do need to think about bringing back one of the loan players to play as backup left backs because we are going to be missing players, especially considering that Serenic is injured, Gilson is injured, Lukeba is injured, which is fun, and Estevao is injured with Rogue Andrew Bevan injured as well for forever. Yeah, I can kind of see why he didn't make it at Arsenal. He's injured all the freaking time. He's just come back from injury and broke whatever the hell he broke. Yeah, absolutely fun stuff. But enough of this. There's not been any transfers. There might be some transfers after the AC Milan game because I don't know. I don't have anything in the plans. 23 million is not that much to spend, especially if I want to buy big players. So potentially there could be some players for the future. We don't know. Maybe another Palacios that we signed for like 1 million and make 50 million off him. But for now, here is the tactic for the first game, and it's absolutely exciting because we have Lucas Gabriel starting. We're going to have Beas playing with Zabarny, and every single center back that I have is complaining that he's not playing lots of games, and Beas is the only one that isn't. So I'm going to play him so he doesn't start complaining. On the left, I'll have Cesar Augusto because turns out he's actually left-footed, although he's actually quite good with his right foot either. So, it's quite good. I'll teach him how to play left back so he can be the backup option for Barco and Serenic. Villagra will be the holding midfielder, Teklak will be the right back of my dreams, and Ciso, Deans, Brodanovic, and up front, the line will be led by Vivieros and Milovanovic. And like I said, we don't have any players on the bench, actually, because we're missing a lot of our key players, and we're missing our key players so much that Ederson's on the bench, and a young player of Chlongwa has made the bench. He doesn't look super good, but he's one of our own, and he's South African, which is kind of cool. Right. Our bench is looking quite empty. Maybe I need to start thinking about bringing back some loan players, especially if players are out forever. For example, Lukeba will be out for 4 weeks, which is not good. He should be there for the time we make it out of the group stages. Serenic is out for how many weeks? 9 days to 3 weeks. So, okay, he'll be back then as well. And technically, Gilson is the other person that's important. He'll be out 5 to 10 days. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, Estevao as well. Estevao. Mr. Estevao. 3 weeks. So basically, they're all going to come back for the next game, okay? They just wanted a holiday. Can you blame them? Right. The team is looking absolutely good. I want Vivieros to start scoring. I want Inciso to start scoring. And I want you guys to smash the like button because we're setting a record here with 18 points at least in the Champions League. Let's go. Do we recognize anyone? They're playing a 4-4-2. I recognize Isidore because he used to play for Lokomotiv. Suslov, I kind of recognize. And apart from that, absolutely no one that I recognize. Our team is looking absolutely incredible. Look at this double W formations. What is this? This is like two volleyball defensive shapes combined. Like, because, you defend a W and then there's another W. I don't know if it's very good in terms of controlling the midfield, but it's good at scoring goals and it's kind of continued to score goals. So, yay. But we shall see how good this tactic will work because obviously when we play in away games, the game doesn't go to plan 90% of the time as Lachlan Deans will come out with his captain's armband, the legend, Milovanovic will go there, and another save by another keeper. Every single keeper against us is cooking. I'm not sure what they're cooking, but they're cooking something incredible. It smells great. It smells like at least 20 saves in a game. Yeah, I just realized I rewatched the Real San Sebastian game, and their keeper had 20 saves. There were 20 technically, 14 saves. There was 20 shots on target, and we scored 6 goals. So that's 14 saves he did, and a lot of these 14 saves were match-winning saves, despite the fact that he conceded 6. That's insane. Is the youth going to have the same thing? Are we going to once again let a keeper increase his value just by playing against us? I mean, to be fair, we're just being nice, I guess. We're making a value for this keepers as Brodanovic. Oh boy, I have created a freaking monster. Oh my god. I can't believe that was that easy. What a beautiful pass from, I think, was Lachlan Deans, who's finding his own in Trequartista. One touch. It was a one-touch pass. It was one touch and one touch from Perdanovic. Yikers, man. What the hell is this team? Oh my god, I think we started where we want to end up. We are smashing this team. As a cross comes in, Perdanovic this time does not score on the header. This guy can't score that many. Teklak, though, has a chance. Another assist from Lockie Deans. I've unleashed this man. I have finally unleashed this young man. Deans has been the player that's been a key player on paper, right? It says he has 5 stars. It says that he's a key player. He plays well for Australia. And finally, I found a way for him to actually get goals and assists. Finally, like, he was so good. And yet it took me so long to find him. But also Teklak, right? Let's not take it away from him. Beautiful run, beautiful finish, 2-0. Although the XG is not for us. Villagra, though, the deep-lying playmaker on his own, holding his own against about 4 players in the midfield. Absolutely insane. Perdanovic finds Lockie Deans. Milovanovic is going to find some space. Perdanovic is going to find some space. And they will now counter. Hopefully Villagra will come and help. Zabarny almost takes out his man and gets a second yellow. That something needs to worry. But it doesn't matter. Milovanovic! And again, I swear to God, Milovanovic is just... This guy, to become a professional, like the best striker in the world, has to stop being a nice and kind man. Because I feel like in games where we're destroying the opposition, he's just like, oh, I'm really sorry. I don't want you to be stressed. Diouf, I don't want you to be stressed. Let me make a shot that will test you, but won't go in because I'm nice. I'm kind. And he did stop Deans from getting another goal, though, or assist, as Enciso almost scores. But that being said, though, we finally breached 1 XG by having a late flurry of chances at the end. And unfortunately, it's still 2-0. But to be fair, it was 1-0 against Real San Sebastian before. Can we have more goals? So far, everyone's playing well. For some reason, my 2 strikers aren't really doing well, but my midfielders are the ones that are carrying, which, to be fair, the balance is there. So maybe if I do need to do something at some point, I will take one of the strikers off and I'll put them in the midfield. I think that's the better shout because they are the weaker links of this formation. But it's looking quite good. We are on par. We are on par to get 18 points. We are on the right track to get 18 points today. Can we do this? That being said, though, I feel like I'd have to do something stupid like put on our youth keeper who hasn't had any first team experience into this game and then lose. That's probably the only way we can do it. Although Isidore is going to make a run and Lucas Gabriel just picks the ball up and he's like, that's it? That's all you got? That was literally their first shot on target. And yeah, our keeper is ready for it, which is nice. Ooh, is this... Guys, is this a free kick? Can we score a free kick? No, surely not. We'll never score a free kick in our life. Lockie Deans, though. Tell me in the comments, if you play this game, have you seen your players score free kicks? Because the answer for me is no. Do they score free kicks? Is this possible? I feel like no. The answer is no. We're reaching the 63rd minute. Some of our players are tired. Don't forget, we had a little bit of a break. We've played some friendlies, but we had like almost a month off. Lachlan Deans, can you get another assist? You can't. Tries to dink it in, tries to header it in. And unfortunately, he doesn't end up doing so. But I think I'm going to make some subs here. Let's put on Barco instead of Teklak and switch him with Augusto. What else can I do? Do I play any more silly players? I mean, Villagra's a bit tired. I'm going to put Monero on instead. Where is... Oh, Eric Martel. Or do I put Martel? I'll put Martel in there. Just give the guy a bit more time to kind of play. Because I like Monero, but he's not as defensively minded as Martel. And it's only 2-0, so I don't want to panic yet. I feel like I'll play Martel up front a little bit. Our 2 strikers are playing quite bad. So I'm going to give Zdravkovic a run out. And I'm going to give Saldania a run out. Because... I want him to be the top scorer in Partizan history. Can we do that before FM25 comes out? I hope so. But yeah, the hope is there. It's given me so much energy. I want to play Saldania. I want to see him score. And Zabarny doesn't score, unfortunately. But yeah, that's insane. He's only 30 goals away from being the top scorer at the club, which is amazing for a guy who's just come in. And I don't know if people were expecting him to stay for this long. I feel like I probably could have let him go earlier, as Zabarny is doing everything he can to make the score closer. But thankfully, he actually knows how to defend. He doesn't know how to pass, but he knows how to defend. And yeah, maybe the subs have disrupted something, because that was a bit of an alarm bell thing. But yeah, I really want Saldania to be the club legend that he is, and Lucas Gabriel is stopping Club Brugge from coming back, because, you know, one of these goals comes in and it's 2-1. It went from a comfortable game to an uncomfortable game. Do I start having a go at my players? Is that what's going to happen here? As they have some space on the right-hand side, Juglia is having a shot, and there we go. Like I was saying, this is panic stations a little bit at the club. Unfortunately, we have forgotten how to defend. I think Martel and I think Barco did not expect to be pressured as much so early on, but I feel like this whole phase of play started with Zabarny clowning a little bit, but who did not track back? I think it was Martel. Yeah, it's Martel, isn't it? Man. Okay, let's do one final sub. I think I'm going to take off Brdanovic and I'm going to put on Shukayev instead. Actually, going to put on Bolaños a little bit just so he can kind of run around and make some space somewhere there. I mean, it's the 85th minute. Maybe we can do a counter, but as you can see, they have switched on completely at the end. Should I have played a more defensive-minded player? That is the question. Did I make a mistake by doing this? I mean, potentially I can drop Enciso into the midfield, because I think when he was playing against Chelsea, when he scored that beautiful goal, he was in the midfield. Although lots of players are back for them, thankfully they miss, and I think that's the alarm bell that I needed. I'm going to play Enciso in the midfield. He doesn't know how to play in the midfield, so I'm going to actually put Deans in the midfield. And I know he's very good at playing elsewhere, but I'm going to drop him a little bit lower, make him a deep lying playmaker, and I'm going to set Martel to actually clean up a little bit, because we should have scored more goals than we did, and unfortunately this leaves us in a bit of a scary situation against Club Brugge, because I think last game we had the same thing where it was slightly closer than it should have been. They are winning everything in the midfield, but Bolaños will pick it up, Martel will carry the ball away, Cesar Augusto please make some space down the wing, finds Zabarny. Is Villagra that important now to this tactic that it needs to have him? Bolaños, though, can you score? Can you score to put us ahead, or not ahead, more ahead? Answer is no, and unfortunately, we don't put this game to bed, and I'm just thinking that maybe this is not the best tactic for away games, but we don't care. We have set the record for the most points, not in the best of styles. I feel like the manager has kind of did a really good job coming back into this game. Full credit to him, man. TSC has taught him so many things. He's learned against us, and he has managed to push us back all the way to the edge. 2 XG versus 1 XG for them. The game was too close. Honestly, it was way too close. And the good news is we qualify for the round of 16. Do we qualify properly? I think we do. Yeah, we're literally the first team to qualify. And we're on top. We are on top. We've set a record for the most points. The previous record was 17. Now it is 18. Can we make it 21? I hope so. Oh my god, Dean's had a great game. Some players have let him down, unfortunately, so he could have gotten more assists, but 2 assists for him is not that bad. But yeah, we're going to be taking on AC Milan in a second, in about 6 days. So hopefully the players are rested, and hopefully we can get another dub and get us to 21 freaking points. Houston, we have a problem. We have lost some more players to injury because we're also missing Matias Villagra. Unfortunately, this young man has gotten himself a sports hernia and he'll be out for a month. Literally, he's heard what I told about the players going on holiday and he wanted to do the same thing. Cristiano Ronaldo, regen, has decided to go on holiday, which is unfortunate, and it's made me panic a bit. So I'm looking for a midfielder hopefully in the next 2 to 3 days. The thing is, I don't know if it's going to go through. That's the issue because we don't force through contracts that quickly. It's unfortunate. We're not even finding any good players anyway. So potentially the solution is very simple. Eric Martel will get the game time that he wants. Although I'm not really sure if he is suited to be a deep lying playmaker with 13 passing. So I'm going to have to see, is it him or is it Teklak that's going to go in this role? Teklak has played really well in this position. However, he's a little bit unsettled that I told no to Bayern Munich. So we don't know what's going to happen here. Maybe even the best shout is to actually put on, Cesar Augusto in that position. His morale is better. He has been playing better, maybe 7.0 in the last 5 games versus 7.3. No, so I'm lying. Yeah, I'm lying. But apart from everything else, we don't have any players to change. That is kind of unfortunate. That's the perks of selling everyone at the club. But at least the board has given me some more money to work on. We have 37 million in the budget with a lot more wage budget to kind of mess around with. So it can go up all the way to 60 million. But realistically, most likely it's going to be like 48, although maybe over 50. Because I think if we're going to sign a player, it'll be in this wage budget. So yeah, 55 million to play around. The most important thing, can I get it before this registration? The answer is no, but maybe we can wish. But yeah, we're taking on AC Milan today, which is very, very exciting. We have already qualified, so we don't need to worry about it at all. But this is going to be your starting lineup. Ederson's going to be back in goal, which is obvious because, you know, we're taking on a huge side. Beas is going to play with Zabarny because Lukeba is still injured. Barco, Martel, Teklak will be the back three. And Ciso, Deans, Prodanovic have done well in the previous game, and hopefully they can continue doing well now. Vivieros and Milovanovic are going to be leading the line again, although, to be fair, I might take off Vivieros and play Bolaños instead. Bolaños has been having a crap season so far, but I wonder if it's just because he can't play well when he comes off the bench, or maybe he just doesn't like the Trequartista role. Maybe that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, hopefully it's all going to work out well, and hopefully we're going to get a win against AC Milan because we know they're tough and they know we're tough, but at least we're playing at home. There is a small tiny chance that I have sold way too many players too quickly, and we were in the same position last year, I think, where I was doubting myself. Is it enough? Do we have a big enough rotation? And the answer was kind of yes. We won the Champions League after all. AC Milan are playing in a 4-2-2-2, which is going to absolutely bully the poor old Eric Martel, which now makes me think that I may need to drop one of the strikers in a midfield role. So potentially what this could mean is that I'm dropping a striker, moving Lachlan Deans into midfield, and then praying that that works. But so far, this tactic has worked well at home. Let's see if it works well now. And there's a highlight. And they also signed Diego Jota. Was this something that's always happened? Is this something new? Okay, never mind. Maybe it is something new, maybe it isn't. Who knows? Barco is going to play it out. It is highlight on our terms. Bolaños finds himself on the left-hand side. He needs to be leading the line, and he isn't. And Ciso with a goal of the season. And Ciso, goal of the season. Yeah, that rhymes. Didn't do it on purpose. I'll be honest here. What was this goal from this young man? Just like he did against Chelsea, he scored an absolute worldie. First touch, pretty much, well, I guess it's inside the box, but the difference was decent. How far is this from the goal? That's got to be at least like 20 meters. Oh my god. Dinks my nun. And that is a great start for us. Jesus Christ, I still can't get over the fact how good that goal was, but we have another highlight as Teklak will find Martel in the midfield. Beautiful side of the foot pass. Lachlan Deans finds Barco. Barco finds Enciso, and Enciso is brought down. Will he be the one taking the penalty, or do I give it to Ederson? What is the tactic here? I need to think here. The problem is, Barco with 14 penalties missed. Ederson with 12 penalties has 20 composure. So I'm gonna do this. Is he going to be my penalty taker forever? I think yes. I am gonna take that risk here because I think so far he has done well for me. Barco's missed penalties. Ederson has not yet. Yes, he's a keeper, but I hopefully think he's not gonna get countered. But yeah, it's hilarious. Maignan versus Ederson. Who's gonna come out on top? Ederson goes down the left and another goal for the keeper. Absolutely incredible. Man, look, I remember people were saying, not in the safe, in the real life, let Ederson take penalties. And yeah, there we go. Another penalty. 5 goals this season for this professional player. He's come to Partizan to score goals. And he does it in the Champions League as well, which is absolutely insane. Although, I do kind of feel bad for Enciso because I feel like he kind of earned it a little bit. But at the same time, you know, Ederson is a GOAT. Although Leao is going to test him in his own right because Ederson is in fact the keeper. He needs to make saves. And he's made one there, although it was a bit comfortable. Nothing to worry about there. He launches the ball forward. No playing forward the ball. No chilling out. Deans is going to run through. Finds Milovanovic. Can you score? He can. He can score in the big games. This guy is amazing. Absolutely incredible. I'm getting all sorts of messages. Hang on. Look at that. My friends were celebrating the fact that Milovanovic has scored. That's why you heard the little pings. Beautiful. When you're recording, things like this happen, and desktop audio is being recorded as well. So yay. Woohoo. Beautiful goal by Milovanovic. Man, Lachlan Deans has been absolutely incredible for me for the past few, I guess, even episodes. And we're getting, by the way, can I even see it? We've had some offers for him, and it's reaching, you will be able to see it. It's reaching 92 million. Liverpool really want to buy him. The answer is no, he's not going anywhere. And thankfully, I have told him that he's an important player, so I want him to stay. And so far, it's working. And we're smashing Milan 3-0. What is this? I mean, that being said, though, they are going to be playing themselves back into it. We don't have enough players at the back to cover. But for now, Baez and Zabarny are doing well, and they themselves have to track back and defend, so they can't afford to send so many players forward. So I guess the best form of defense is offense. As Bolaños runs down left-hand side, he's going to be the creator here. Perdanovic! We found ourselves a target man. Goran Perdanovic, with 10 heading and 100 billion jump reach, has scored another header. That's his 4th header in like... what, 3 live comment games? Absolutely insane. Bolaños, where did you come from? Where did you go? What is your name, Bolaños Joe? That doesn't work. We're going crazy. Perdanovic once again on the score sheet. Absolutely cool. But wait, there's more. Barco finds Martel. Barco is on the ball. 4-0 in the first 30 minutes. Will Milan just want to go home? We hit the crossbar. That could have been 5. Is this going to start a comeback for Milan, or is this just going to be a highlight that just increases our XG? Most likely, it's the second thing about the XG. But oh my god, Bolaños almost added to his 2 assists. Absolutely insane. Milan have nothing to say about this. They are panicking. So I do wonder if teams that play on the front foot against this tactic struggle more than teams that always counter. Because that's what I kind of found. Because I think the way that Ajax played, they did try to hit us on the counter a bit more. So if the second Milan switch to it, which this is what kind of looks like now, once they go more direct, that's when we're going to have to start problems. That's, oh my god, I'm going so crazy that I can't even speak. That's when we're going to have to start. Give up. That's when we're going to have to start having problems as Barca puts in a cross. Another crossbar. That's 2 crossbars. This should have been 6-0. Send them all off, ref. They're all shit. Another game, another battering. 4-0 against Milan in the first half. Literally every shot, apart from one that went on target, was a goal. So I do feel bad for Mainan because my players are on fire today. I'm going to tell them they're doing absolutely amazing. And I'm really happy to see, most of all, that, first of all, Eric Martel is back and he's playing well. The Giga Chad himself is cooking. And most importantly, Bolaños. I'm impressed. He told me that, he called me before and he's like, boss, you know, I feel like I can cook today. And I'm just like, you know what? Make me a nice, beautiful 3-course meal. So far, he's done a 2-course meal. Let's see what he can do for dessert. I do want a goal from Bolaños. If he can get that for me, that'll be amazing. As Giga Chad jumps up and a beautiful save from Mainan. Finally, a ball's in his hands. He can kind of relax. This tactic is just cooking something. We do need to be a bit careful, though, because Monserrate has a corner. Militao will jump up. They hit a post of their own. We do clear it. And it's one of those things where it could have gone in. And 4-1, it could potentially start something. But oh my god, beautiful block by Ederson. And Monserrate is cooking for Milan. Actually, funny enough, in my Vojvodina save, in my Vozdovac save, he was released at the end of this transfer window on a free. And then I picked him up for Vozdovac for free. And now, I don't know if you remember, but Monserrate has been a player that I've been trying to buy ages ago from Zaragoza. And Milan haven't played him for a while, but I guess he's kind of exploded in the last 2 years. That's why they're happy to keep him. I would have loved to have this guy back, but we've outreached him as well. And I've also noticed that he doesn't like big matches. So unfortunately, in this universe, he will be a Milan player unless I want to spend the big bucks. But in our case, I feel like we need to buy better backup options for the center back position and ball-winning midfielder position or deep flank playmaker positions, or just raise them at this rate. I don't even know. Kalulu finds the ball to Maignan, who doesn't have as many options potentially up front as he'd want to. So Theo is going to pick the ball up. He is going to play it out from the press. We're not really actually pressing, so I don't know if you can call it breaking out from the press. Leao, though, finds Theo. We do need to come back a little bit, right? I do know that you're all Trequartistas, but at least someone can come back. Theo. We're being outnumbered here, but a beautiful tackle by Teklak. Monserrate finds Okafor, finds Eder Militao in some space. They are outnumbering our defense, which is wild. Jeannot runs through. Beautiful shot by everyone. Beautiful defense by everyone. It's kind of working. It's giving me a lot of anxiety, but it's working. But they are coming back in the second half. They have all the possession, so we do need to potentially adapt. As Monserrate gets to the cross, Perdanovic, Timber, finds Monserrate again. I love saying his name. Eder Militao. Eder Militao, Milan, absolutely insane. Deans, though, and Ciso. Can we break this trend of them attacking? No, we can't. I feel like in a second, we will have to make a sub to put more players in the midfield because it's not going particularly well in this half. They are having all the possession and they're just playing around us. But Eric Martel doesn't care. Finds Teklak, who launches the ball to Milovanovic. Can you win it? No, you can't. Militao, we can't connect to the ball, unfortunately. Fusco gives some time on the ball. Bernal runs down the left-hand side. There is a player free here. We do need to cover. Thankfully, he is covered. A ball does fly in, and Ederson and Zabarny, they don't care. Zabarny was told that, look, mate, you need to step up your game if you want to play. And he is, you know, what's that saying by Armstrong? One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It's one ginormous step for Zabarny, one humongous step for Partizan. This guy is rock solid because we're having to weather attack after attack. I feel like I've been talking for a while. Can I have a break? Can you guys just take a bad corner? You know, I'll be happy with it. Let's end the highlight here. No? I mean, it's unlikely they're going to score 4 or 5 goals in the next 30 minutes. But to be fair, we scored 4 goals in 30 minutes. Maybe they can do the same. Monserrate, though, finds Timber. And finally, a miss that is going to be our ball. And I think it's time for me to take off Perdanovic and put someone in the midfield. How tired is Teklak? He's not that tired. I might actually do something interesting. I'm going to put Monero here in the midfield. Make him a deep-lying playmaker and put Martel on ball-winning midfielder duties with a yellow because I hate myself and I hate everyone as well. I'm going to put Milovanovic on the right-hand side. I'm going to switch to 4 Trequartistas now. A little bit less, well, a bit more balanced, less crazy stuff up front. And I think for now it's going to be fine. Martel is also slightly tired. So if that happens, actually, you know what? Let's not risk it. I'm going to put Cesar Augusto on. I'm going to put Teklak as a ball-winning midfielder. And that is going to be fine. I mean, good news. Nothing has happened since. And we do need to start thinking about future games. Gilson is still injured. Don't listen to this, him being fit. He's not. I'm going to take off Bolaños. He's kind of disappeared. Although I'm going to play him on the left-hand side. Why not? I'm going to play him on the left-hand side. I'm going to put on Saldana up front. I'm going to take off Deans, put Shukayev on. And I'm also going to give a chance to Kravchenko on the right-hand side. That's going to be our 4 subs. I think it's fine. Just freshening up our players up front because they have stagnated slightly in the second half. And potentially that's why we're not having as much possession and as many chances because they've kind of relaxed. Let's give some younger, fresher players with more to prove to create something. And Zabarny just bosses. 7.3 rating. Nah, mate. More like 7.200 rating. Or just say 9. Just say 9. 10.0. Just say 10.0. Be normal. Why are you like this? Monero finds Zabarny, who has been an absolute goat today. Please don't make me regret those words. Finds Teklak, though, who's going to find Bernal. The ball's going to come across, and Ederson is there to collect. Have our subs gone through? They have. Teklak is still injured. I thought I was going to take off Teklak. I didn't really have that much option. Ederson launches the ball. We're playing more direct now. But we can't seem to get the ball for some reason. Maybe we switch to a very short pass. Rafael makes a run, and they finally score, and I'm dropping the passing to a bit shorter. We need to connect our midfield and our defense again, and especially our attack. But apparently it's Zabarny's missed interception that led to this goal. What are you implying, SI? He's had a great game. To be fair, he did fell asleep a little bit, but it's also Rafael. Like, he's rapid. And he's finally scored against us. He hasn't done that in a while. But I guess it didn't really matter in the end. 4-1 against them. We scored all our goals in the first 30 minutes. And then we fell asleep. And Milan woke up. Unfortunately, a little bit too late. You know, happy with this result. It's it's hard to manage these kind of things because in real games, this is exactly what happens. You know, if you score 4 goals in the first half, you will end up just with your players slightly relaxed. And I don't have that many players at the back to kind of cook as hard. All right. Most importantly, we have set a record for the most points that we've ever set. We've only lost 1 game and it was against Tottenham. Where is Tottenham? Have they made it anywhere? Where is Tottenham? They've made it into a playoff. They've squeaked through. I mean, with 12 points, so fair, you can't really call it squeak through, but we have 21 points. We have scored the most goals, I think, out of everyone, and we've conceded, okay, not the least, to be fair, but, okay, actually, yeah, not the least at all. Some teams have conceded way less, but they've also played 1 game less, which, fair enough. But yeah, we are the top scorers of the Champions League. We are setting records left, right, and center, and we've 100% qualified from Q1. That is amazing. Beautiful performance. 4-1 against AC Milan with goals from Enciso, goals from Ederson, goals from Milovanovic, and goals for Brdanovic as well. And I don't agree with Zabarny getting that blame for this. Absolutely awful. But we managed to do it. Absolutely crazy scenes. Right, the plan for the next episode is eventually we're going to have a Champions League game somewhere in March or in February. So depending on what's going to happen, I may have to play the Vozdato Crvena Zvezda game, or most likely just forget about all this and leave it all for the Champions League. In terms of transfers, I'll see what I can get. If there's anyone interesting, I'll get them. If there's no one interesting, I won't get them. Right, my white balance is failing. I'm kind of popping in and out from purple and not purple, which is weird. So before my camera fully dies and you guys won't see my beautiful face anymore, thank you so much for watching. If you have any more suggestions on how to make this tactic even better, even more record breaky, please tell me in the comments. I will absolutely love to hear it. I do want to see how I can balance it a bit more against counterattacking teams, but potentially it's just one of those things where you start like this and you instantly pivot. I think I can just drop Deans back. I can drop all these players. They're multifunctional players as well, which is awesome. So I can just drop players back and reset the game. Right. Thank you once again. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. We're growing greatly, and I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're gonna hopefully take on a very good Champions League team and maybe have a transfer or two to talk about. Bye, guys.